A lot of people want to act like Imu is some sort of invincible god with no way to be defeated, but in today's video, I will tell you how Imu can be defeated using statements and actual feats recognized by Oda. So yeah, let's get straight into it. So starting off, Imu, right? We know Imu's powers. We know he can do Domi Reversi. He can pretty much go into people's bodies. Now, we don't know the foundation of how this works. What I mean is, we don't know, hey, how is Imu able to get from point A to point B? But we can assume it's through the Abyss mark, which he puts on users of Holy Knights, Gorosei, pretty much people affiliated with the world government specifically, such as King Harold in recent chapters. But with that being said, how can this god be defeated? Now, number one, we know that Imu can take damage. Now, you're like, how can he take damage? Well, through this panel right here. Now, in this panel, he seems exhausted. He seems defeated at the loss of King Harold, which is a very powerful Holy Knight. So we can assume by logic, if we can get rid of these people with these Abyss marks, like basically capsules of Imu's power, if we can cut that down one by one, we will eventually be able to weaken Imu and physically attack him in the Pangaea Castle. Now, why I think this is important is because, number one, you guys, we don't exactly know why Imu doesn't just come out of Pangaea Castle, but we can assume it's one of two things. Number one, he can't be visible in the sun, and that is the curse of Nika upon him. Number two, it's simply something we just don't have an explanation for yet, and there's a lot of things in One Piece that simply cannot be explained because there's just no explanation for it. For example, the Florian Triangle, we don't know how that is like essentially works or happens, but we just know it's in the story. But anyways, back to the point. So essentially, if we can get Imu weakened by defeating each Holy Knight, Imu will be able to be defeated. Now, I do not believe that the Imu that's in Pangaea Castle is Imu's true form, as we have been shown that Imu is pretty much a big giant salamander looking lizard thing, which I can pull it up right here. It was the thumbnail of my last Imu video if you guys saw, but with that being said, let's keep going forth. Now, essentially, Imu's abilities cover three things. He can travel through the Abyss. Now, what the Abyss is this circular-like fixture that he can put down on the ground, and he can pretty much travel here and there. Now, another thing he can do is pretty much take over people's bodies. Now, how he does this is we can assume through the Abyss mark. Now, why Imu is doing this, I believe it's so he can have control in different various aspects of the One Piece world. For example, if Shamrock, for example, has an Abyss mark, he could take over Shamrock anytime and see what the hell's going on. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it all just comes together, as you guys know. But another thing we know is he can Domi Reversi, which is essentially turn people like evil. Now, how he does this is, number one, I'm not going to base this off theory. This is just what we know. We know that Imu's Domi Reversi power works like this. If he can make you think of hateful things, he can turn you into that hateful thing. Now, what I mean is he can turn you into the version of yourself with more power but fueled off hatred instead of love, such as Nika's freedom ability powers, what he did with Bonnie. Now, it doesn't really get much more than this, because all we know is that he uses some sort of spellbook to do all these things, which we don't know the lore of that spellbook. But if you haven't seen my Imu video, it will be up here somewhere explaining Imu and how he isn't the actual final villain. Now, that's a theory, but we're using facts in this video, guys. Facts. And just another fun thought, I don't think defeating Imu is going to be some sort of high tier challenge. I think it's a matter of when people realize that in the One Piece world, all these organizations are slowly moving toward the same goal without even knowing, it will all come together. For example, the Revolutionary Army is literally currently attacking Mary Joie. The Blackbeard Pirates are currently on the move. And guess what? Guess where Luffy is? Luffy is in Elbaf, and he initiated the final war pretty much. Him being there didn't initiate it, but the fact is, it's happening in Elbaf right now. But with that being said, if you guys have any questions, any theories on how Imu can be defeated, his powers, etc., let me know in the comments below. With that being said, Musao Nation, yes, I just came with that on the spot. I hope y'all love that. Musao Nation, I'll catch y'all boys in the next video. We're 1,000 on TikTok, we're 1,000 on YouTube. Let's get it. Let's go, boys. Peace.